Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Reader's Retreat Positive Light. And this is the third show of Comic Chat. I hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to wait and see who all is here to come up and talk with me. So let me go ahead and put that in the chat. And come over here and pin it to the top. Okay. I have more comics. There's two small boxes and a pile of comics to show. Right there's the pile. Then I've got two small boxes right here. And we're going to get started as soon as the co-host gets here. Might have two, might have one, don't know. But I do have some stuff to show before all that. I am going to show stuff. In order, hopefully. And see what goes on. So, anyway, I want to work on this a little bit. I'm going to go with that one. There we go. I like that. How about you all? So hopefully that they hurry up and get here so we can get this started. Okay. I don't know what takes them so long to get here. I really don't. Now Terry's probably sharing stuff out. But I don't know what Kip's doing. Twirling his thumbs and singing Dixie, I guess. I don't know. So we're just waiting. But I do have a lot of comics here to go through. I got some Iron Man. I got some Fantastic Four. I got some Legionnaires and Legionaries. I got some stuff about Superman. I got a little bit of everything in this little tiny pile. Then I got even more in the two small boxes. Then I have a large box down here that I'll keep for another day. Now the bad thing about today is my sister, and I've been worrying about her. I'm tensed up a little bit. And so I've not. So it's been a bad day for me because I think a lot of my sister. She is one great lady, and she helps me out a lot. I try to help her out a lot, and I worry about her, especially when. Uh, I mean, I took her to the hospital this morning, and they're keeping her overnight, and so yes, I'm having a few beers and a dip of snuff or a few, and we'll see. Uh, so mainly, now I do have. I will go ahead and show this. I'm going to save that for after this one. Now this is a adult comic, and yet, believe me, it is adult. But I can show this. Uh, it's about sexual fetishes, and it's called Fetish Babies. It is a independent comic. There's the back. Hey, welcome, Kip. So, if you have a chance, look it up on. If you're over 18, look it up on the internet and find Fetish Babies and get you a copy. This here number one. So, and I won't show you the other photos that came with it because it's not that well. It shows way too much. Now, I got the Savage Sword of Conan, the Barbarian. This is number 133, and this is the one of the original ways that came out. And this is original 133. I know it looks like a magazine, but back then, this is what a comic looked like. Now, with that said, let's go to this one. This is when Fauna killed Pan, and the artist did sign this. He signed it right there, and it's the 68th print of 250. So there's Pan down there. There's Fauna right there, and it's an awesome thing. I will be hanging that back up. Hey, Kip. Welcome.
Hey.
I'm just showing off some of these stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the Domino Lady. She got her start in the pulp books, and this is also signed by the artist.
Hello, chat.
So that's also signed by the artist. He's also the one that did the Fauna and Pan. Now, I did forget a couple of my little toys, action figures, whatever you want to call it. This here's Captain America. And yes, if I twist him like this, he will throw the shield and make sounds.
And he'll talk to you.
And then I got Daredevil. This year, when it first came out, was $50. If anybody was wondering, and a friend of mine gave this to me. So
You're welcome, by the way. LOL.
And the last thing I'm going to show you on here before we get into the comics is this comic book right here. It's signed by the person that wrote it. It is number 1, a Mystique of the X-Men Black. And I think my sister held it. The store clerk touched it, and the author touched it, and then it went straight into this frame. So anyway, I just wanted to get that stuff over with. So what you been up to, Kip?
Nothing much. I've been down in your basement looking through your comics again, but I've been I'm scheduled for a visit to my favorite comic book store. Huh?
I was saying hey to Fiend.
Oh, hello, chat. I'm scheduled to go to my favorite comic book store on April 4th, and like me and you talked before, Paul, I'm gonna see if we can do a live comic walkthrough of a comic book store.
Right.
And that'd be some good stuff to get people into. What we're trying to do here, what Paul is trying to do, and I'm gonna help because me and him are passionate about comic books. If you're a new comic book or a buyer or a new comic book person who wants to get into comic books, there are a lot of people out there, but we will help you. Well, I will help you, and I know Paul will reach out and help you. But if you want to learn how to get good comic books, this is the place to be. That is a great guy sitting over there to my left. I think that's my left. No, it's to my right, because he's on my right side. But anyway, he's a great person to learn from. I'm learning from him of collecting more comic books and how to get good comic books, because I do have some good comic books, but I'm trying to get better and getting better comic books. So
I can say he don't know his left from his right.
No, you just switched the camera because you just put me on your left. You put me on your right, now you're on my left. So yeah, this is you guys. The last thing I checked on the last video that we did, I think it got 90 some views.
I don't think we got that much.
I thought I saw 90 some views.
I thought it was 27.
Might have been. My eyes went. But anyway, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this, and if you enjoy it, please do the 3 things that's necessary. Punch the bell.
And
smack the like.
Fiend, stick around because I will be showing some horror.
Yeah, we do have horror comic books. You have regular comic books. You have the over 18 comic books. So yeah, and he already showed you that. And guys, I'm gonna give you back to the host because it's the most, and we're gonna talk about comics and show some comics today.
Okay. Fiend, are you still on here? I don't know if Fiend's still here or not. I hope he is because I'm going to be showing some good horror comics. And he loves horror. So,
Well, he can always watch the replay.
Let me get that switched back. So
now he puts me on the other side. Do you know your left from your right? Because I'm getting dizzied over here. Are we dead?
But the thing is, Kip, I know we said 5 and 5.
Right.
Let me go through all these first.
Go right ahead.
And then we'll start doing the 5-5. Because I got two boxes. I got two small boxes to go through for the 5-5.
Okay, that's no problem.
This here is number 291 of Iron Man.
That's a good comic book.
That's back in 92.
I think I do have that one too. That's a good comic.
This is 279. And yes, I'm putting them in another box as I do this. This here is number 125. That's one It's a 40-cent cover price.
40-cent, yeah.
And here's a 30-cent cover price, number 98. I think I got some that's lower than this, but I had to run into them before I can honestly say anything.
That is a good one too.
Then we got Fantastic Four, number 329. And this is when Ben, you can see Ben Grimm right here.
Yeah.
If you're wondering who this is his girlfriend. You guys remember Alicia, the blind lady, the blind girl?
Yeah.
This is her. Wow. Somehow her DNA and his DNA got mixed, and she turned into this creature.
Oh, wow. I think that was in the animated series too, when they did the animated series of the Fantastic Four.
It could have been.
On Saturday mornings. I think that was in the animated series when she turned.
Here, number 363. This is right after they had their child.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's before they knew that he had any powers. And here's Action Comics number 598. It's part of the Checkmate storyline.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Now here's an old. Go ahead.
Question: do you like the Action comic books? Were they better than the Were they better than the one that has the eye on it? What's the name of that comic book? There's a big eye on the side of the comic. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, probably. I'm not thinking. Right.
Image. Do you like Action comics? Do you like Image?
Image has some good characters. I think that's where Spawn started.
Yeah.
They had a few more characters that is good.
Mm-hmm.
And Image is one that I would say. The thing is with Image is where a lot of your writers and artists of Marvel and DC got ticked off at Marvel and DC and started their own company.
Right.
This here is a 50 cent. This here is a 50 cent cover price, Action Comics. Right there.
Okay.
Like I said before, there's no certain order. Here's a newer Action Comics. It's called Superman in Action Comics. And it's 702 is still Action Comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do have that one. I definitely do have that one.
And Bloodsport is one of the good villains. Yeah. And I wish they would use him in other comics. Here's another Superman in Action Comics. This here is number 709. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another.
I definitely have that one.
I mean, honestly, the villain in this one is Guy Gardner, and when he loses his brain, and I think I think he loses the power ring too.
The ring. Yeah. Yeah. When he lost his ring out of the Green Lantern Corps.
Then we have from 1990, Legion of Superheroes, number 4.
Mm-hmm. I don't have that one either.
Here's Legion 89. This is number 1. This is Supergirl and the Legion of
Are you both
Superheroes.
buffering or are you just buffering?
I'm not buffering to my knowledge.
Okay.
This is Supergirl and the
Well,
Legion of
it's buffering on my end.
Superheroes. And this is number 30.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the newer editions.
Oh, wow.
And
And
they
that's
had
in the you got that in 1990s or you got that recently?
no. That was a lot newer.
Oh, okay.
This is 2007.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't picked up any comic books since 2000.
Yeah. Now here's something back in '94. They had a comic called Legionaries.
Legionnaire, yeah. Yeah. I do remember that one. I think I do have that one too.
Then we have the Legion of Superheroes.
Right.
And this is number 43 from 1988. This is from the original series, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. That's a good comic book to read too.
And then we have Legion of Superheroes number 63. Now, this one here is from 2006. The Hawkman series got turned into Hawkgirl because Hawkman died.
Mm-hmm.
And this is number 50 when it turned from Hawkman to Hawkgirl.
Okay. Now the one that I have is Hawkman and Hawkgirl together, and right. I think it's right around the time that he died. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's died a lot of times. Now here's a older Action Comics. There's a 25-cent cover price, and this is number 447.
Okay.
Okay, then that's the last one I'm going to show at this point. I'm going to let Kip go with his.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was down in Paul's basement, and I'm going to do, like he said, 5. So, let me see. So we stop right there. Yeah, we'll stop right there. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is the Final Night. The first edition of Final Night DC comic book. It's this one here. This is DC comic book number 1, the final first edition of this one. This is called Final Night. The second one is from the same thing, DC comic book Final Night number 2. The end is here, and it's this one here. This is the complete series. This is it's like I think it's 1 out of 5. I think 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5. But this is the second one. It's called Final Night. The end is here.
Who is in that one?
DC. It's Marvel. It's the Justice League. JLA. I'm sorry.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's JLA. It's all these are all JLA.
I've never seen that one.
Okay. The next one is Final Night 3, and you can see on the cover. It's it's Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Paul's favorite character Shazam. Joking.
Uh,
Shazam is not Paul's
you
favorite
can't see
character.
what I'm doing, but you can guess what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't stand that guy.
It's like Guy Gardner. I don't like him. This is
Guy Gardner.
yeah. Well, this is So it's more than it's okay. I'm missing number 5 because I skipped. Yeah, I'm missing number 5. I think I have number 5 somewhere,
Awesome.
but I'm missing 5. But so this is number 4 of the same book, Final Night. As you can see, and I'm missing number 5, but I think it's around here somewhere. I probably have to find it. I'm trying to see if you can. I hope you guys can see that.
Series. I can honestly say I've never seen that series.
Yeah, it's a very good series. Very good series. Now, like I said, I'm missing number 5. I think it's around here somewhere. But this is the last of it. This is the number 6. This is the number 6 of the same book. Of Final Night. This is number 6 of that one. And then it went to Justice League Genesis, which I know I have number 1, but I think I grabbed number 2. Yeah, I probably have number 1 somewhere around here. But this is called Justice League Genesis. And this is number 2 of this book.
Okay.
And also a good read. It's also a good read. Now I'm going to finish it off with Justice League Genesis number 3, and then we can go on from there. This is Justice League number 3. Genesis. Like I say, I have 1, 2, and 3, but it's not in the group that I picked up real quick. So you'll probably see it later on. But that's the last one for my stack right there.
Okay. Now I'm going to show Blaze, Legacy of Blood. This is part 1 of 4. This is a miniseries. This is after he loses the power of Ghost Rider. And the new guy became Ghost Rider. So yes, that is Johnny Blaze. And this is number 2 of 4. And I think that's all I got of this one. There's 2. The third one is Alpha Flight, number 40. And this is number 69.
That was a good number.
And that's number 4. And then my 5th one is Alpha Flight, number 30.
Oh. And Alpha Flight is my favorite group. I like Alpha Flight and X-Men. That's a good one too.
And that's number 31. Okay, that's all I got for you.
Okay, so we're going to start with the Legacy of Superman number 1. This is a Legacy Superman number 1, and it looks like it's a comic book, but it feels like a big book, a bigger book, because it's a little heavier than a regular comic book. But this is Legacy number 1 of Superman, and it's a good read, and it's a series of it too. So you might want to check that out if you go to the comic book store. Check out, see if you can find Legacy number 1 of Superman. The next one I have is a Secret Justice League, a Secret JLA. And this one is pretty good too. It has Superman on it, and it has a couple other characters on it. And this is number 2 of this series. And I do have the complete series of this. I'm trying to get this camera can go into the camera. Come on. Okay, there you are. So that's that book there. Now this one here is back to Genesis uh number 4. This is another one. It's called Genesis number 4, the final battle. And this is a good read here. This is my 4th comic book right here that I'm showing you guys. And this right here is a good comic book. And that's Genesis number 4. Like I said, I do have full um the full thing. Now this one is Superman, the returning of Superman. And what's special about this book is when you open it. If you guys can see this, if you open it, it opens like this. See that? It has a cutout, and then when you close it, it has the Superman logo on the front of it.
Okay.
And this is a good read also. And the last one for my thing is the Superman number 78 of Return of Superman. And this one also is a good read, and it's not. This book has not been touched, not been opened. It's still sealed on the back. So I don't know if I'm gonna open this or anytime soon. Or I'm not. Probably won't open it. But this is called Superman. And also, and I opened this the last comic book I just showed you. It's basically telling you the Man of Steel is back. So this is what happens to him when he comes back. So that's my 5 for right now.
Okay. Now I'm going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start switching us like this, and that way the one that's talking is bigger than the other one. That way we can see more of the comic.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and the reason why I keep turning off my camera because I'm doing stuff here that you guys don't really need to see while he's talking. Here's Alpha Flight number 77. So, and here's Omega. This is a 25-cent price thing, and this is in pretty mint condition. It's not in total mint, but is in pretty good mint. And this is number 2 of the Omega the Unknown. And this here is Omega number 4. This is more worse for wear. I believe that's what, 3?
Yeah.
Here, number 4 is number 9 of Force Works. Now, they started Force Works after Avengers West Coast or West Coast Avengers, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And it didn't go far because it just, I think it didn't go well because it came at a date that wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't.
And the 5th one is Earth Minus Heroes. This is a 8-issue miniseries, and this is number 1. Okay, and that's all I have.
Nice book too.
So I'm gonna I mean, I have more. I just
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
when we say that's our last, that means it's our last of the
Yeah,
five.
that's yeah. So you remember the book I showed you? Spider, Superman is back. I mean, the Adventures. I mean, the Adventures of Superman. And I showed you when I opened up the book, you can see through the thing. This is also in that same thing. It's a different cover, but it's like basically almost like the same book. And if you can see the bottom, it tells you what's going on. But it's like it's a different color book, and this is when right after Superman died, they came up with these other different Supermen. So this is right after the death of Superman, which is a very good read too, if you want to get this one. But this is number, I would say, this is number 501 of this series, and it's got this has never been opened because I already have the other one that I showed you before that has been opened. But I don't think this is the same. I don't think they're the same book. But like I said, this has never been opened. That's the first one. Now this is the same series again. This is 501. So this is the book I just showed you is 501. This one says 501 too, and it says the truth and justice. And it says my way, and it's not Superman on the thing. It's Superboy. Now, some people ask me like because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Superman had three sons. They had Superboy. He was cloned by Candace, and then he had two sons with Lois. So he had three sons. Now people are asking me if this is the one that was cloned by Candace, and I don't know if this was the one that was cloned, or I don't know if this was the one that him and Lois had. But this is another book. The next one on the docket is issue number 1, Heroes Return, Fantastic Four. The legend begins anew. And this is a good read. It's Fantastic Four, number 1 of this brand, and it's this is a good read. I read it once and I haven't read it since then, but I do have to get some plastic for it, and I'm definitely working on that. Now the next one is kind of, when I first saw it, it was a very good book. I mean, it's very nice, and I'm going to show you why this is a very nice book. This is a special X-Men edition, and it doesn't have anything on it but what is the name? Not Cage. I can't remember his name right now, but you guys probably know who this is. Now on this one, if I open it, which I'm trying to not to open too much to mess it up, you can see it starts from the beginning like I showed you, then you got the middle, and then you got an end part. Now it's the same thing on this side. If I open it and open it up, it's still the same thing. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So you got the beginning, you got the middle, and you got the end part. And this is a good book. And this book is debuting X Factor, which was another X-Men group that came out. X Factor with Forge and all those guys, they came out. This is X-Men. It doesn't have a number. It came out June 3rd. There's no date on there. I mean, there's a date, but there's no edition on it. So this is the X-Men Deluxe. This is called Gen X. This is when the X-Men disappeared, or when the X-Men retired and stuff like that. And I think the lady that's on the cover of this book is Wolverine's daughter, or one of his daughters, because he had 12 kids. So Wolverine was a very busy man. This is the last of my 5. Back to Paul.
Okay. Okay, here we go. And the reason why we're going to our icons when we're not talking, because we don't want to distract nobody from the person that's talking. Here's a number limit, 4-issue limited series, and this is the Terminix Objective Avengers #1. And I really do like the U.S. Agent. That's 1. Then we go back to Alpha Flight #44. The third one is Alpha Flight #4. The fourth one is Alpha Flight #38. And Alpha Flight #41 is #5. Now, before I get off of here and let him take over, one thing I want to say is that Superboy that you have,
Yes.
I think, and I'm not going to swear to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his son with Lois from another universe.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about it, but I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for a special one that I can find. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do those later. Now, this series right here, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I have to get this. This is Our World at War. This is #1 JRA. And this is, I like this series here. This is #1 of this one. I think it's like a five series, five books. And this is a very good read and a very good book. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, this looks cool. And it's surprising. If you get this book, you'll be surprised what's inside this book. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but you will be surprised what's in this book and who they fight in this book. The next one I have is #4 of the X-Men, which I got at a flea market. But this is a pretty good book, and and the back, if you can see the back, it has not been opened, never been read, and this is a very good book that I like. This is X-Men, and you can see Wolverine, Jubilee, and Gambit. But if you notice right here, you know who that character is. This character right here with the thing. Now I do have this character, action figure of this character, and he's a very nice character. So we're gonna move on from that. The next one I have is #6 of X-Men 299. And this one is The Freak Show. So the X-Men got turned into these are the X-Men. That's Storm in the white over here. That's Storm. I don't know who the other 3 are. I mean, other 4 are, but I know this one right here is supposed to be Storm. This is a good book, but like I said before, I had never opened it, I never read it, but when I was in the comic book store, they did have one out on the table, and some of the comic book stores that you go to will let you read it. The comic store I went to that I wanted to read a comic book, I always wear white gloves or wear some gloves when you read a comic book, because you don't want to get oil on your hands or inside the comic book, because it will mess the comic book up. This one is #4. This is X-Men 299. And again, you can see the characters on here. Um, I'm sorry for the glare because the glare is coming off the screen I'm using, but I hope you guys can see that. And this one also has not been opened. And my last one is, yes, I do like Marvel and DC, so this one is X-Men, and it doesn't have anything on it. It says Deluxe. This is X-Men X Factor. I'm sorry, this is X Factor. And I think this is a very good read. Um, this came out around the time that Mortal Kombat 2 came out, the video game, in the arcade.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. They advertised it on the back. Mortal Kombat 2, the video game in the arcade.
Hmm.
And this one is a very good read. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you right now. There's a pack of cards in here that's never been opened. And it's still there. And right now, this book is for sale. I'm selling this book. If you're interested, get in touch with Paul or get in touch with me. But this book is for sale. And I'm going to send it to Paul, and then I'm going to go back and look at some other ones that I'm going to pull up.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We are going to go with number one. The first book I'm going to go with is Alpha Flight number 42. And yes, I have a lot of Alpha Flights.
Yeah, I know.
And here is number 14. That's number 2. This is number 14. The third comic I'm going to show is number 66. One, two, three. Okay. Fourth one is 91. And for some reason, everybody I talk to, this is the one that they can't find.
Yes, I can't find that one.
I mean, I don't know why, because I found it. When I found this one, they had like 12 of them. But
Right.
That's down here in South Carolina.
Right.
And then number 5, the fifth one I'm going to show you is Guardian versus Vindicator, which is husband and wife fighting. And that's a 92, number 92.
Mm.
So that's my fifth one. Are you ready to take over?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure you turn your camera on.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do that. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You might like this one. This is JLA issue number 1, and it was 90 cents for this book when I got it. But this is the reason why I like it, because it was interesting to me, because this is the Justice League in the future. That's a whole new Justice League. A whole new Justice League in there in the future. That's why I like this book. That's why I got it. And yes, I did read this book once. I read a book once and I put it away, or I just put it with other comic books. Now, like I said before, it's in good condition. I always keep all my stuff in good condition. It's good condition. Now, this one here is 343 Avengers. And this is a very good book. The book it hasn't been opened, still sealed. And this is what this looks like, the Avengers. This is issue, 343. Also a very good read. I read this in the comic book store before I bought the book. The next one is the Ultimate X-Men 317, and this is the Generation Next series, part 3, and this is also sealed in the back. It hasn't been opened, and this is what that looks like. If you guys can see it, I hope you guys can see that. This also is a good book to read, and it's, like I said, I read it before I bought it in the store. What is it? That's 3. Okay, so I went over my limit. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna.
Keep going until I get back. I have to use the restroom.
Okay, so I didn't go over my limit. That's fine with me. The next one is the X-Men 299, number 10. And this is Chief's back. And like I said, the back has not been opened. And this is the color here. I'm trying to get it where it's over the camera, so you guys can see that right in a good way. I know it's kind of far from you guys to see it, but when you go back and watch the replay, you can probably see it a little bit better. That is also a good read. He said keep going till he comes back. So we're gonna go with X-Men. This is X-Men again. This is issue number 306, and this is also like almost like Into the Future. And this is also a very good read. And also, this has not been opened either. And I think I paid $2 for this book. I paid $2 for the book because you can see the sticker on the side. I paid $2 for this book, and it's a great read. And if you like stuff from the future, I recommend this book. Now, going back to the X-Men, which, like I said before, excuse me, wait a minute. Going back to the X-Men, like I said before, I got this book for $1.50, and this is called Blood Tales. This is X-Men 307, and this is what that looks like. And also, this is a very good read. Like I said, I got this in the comic book store. Now, he said to keep going until he got back. So I'm going to give me a second, guys. I'm going to find something I was looking at that's very interesting to me. This is number 1, 2, 12, part 6 of 1, and this one. Okay. Oh, and this one. So we're going to start with this one here. Now, I was hoping Paul got back in time to see this book. I'm going to show it again to him when he comes back. But this is Teen Titans number 13. This is when Teen Titans decided to just give it up and just go their separate ways. This is when Teen Titans broke up and they became a new Teen Titans or something, or the next generation of Teen Titans. But this is all the original Teen Titans are right here, and they threw their costumes and everything down on the floor because they didn't want to be Titans anymore. They wanted to do their own separate thing. But then they turned around and come back together. This is a good read also. This is Teen Titans. This is issue number 13 from DC. The next series I'm going to show you is Total Justice. This is one of 3 right here, and they made more than 3, but this is one of 3, and I have all 3 of them. And this book has not been opened. This is called Total Justice, and this is another good read. And on the cover, you have
that series.
You don't have that one?
I didn't. That's another series I never heard of.
Yeah, Total Justice. I think I have. I know I have 3 because I just saw it. But this is Total Justice, and it's also a good read. And when I bought this book, it was $5. So, and that was mm, that was before the '90s. I can say that much. I was still in school when I got that. This is Total Justice. This is part 2 of 3. Total Justice. You see anything? And this one has Batman, Flash, and Green Lantern on it.
Awesome.
It's called Total Justice #3. Now they went from like I said, this is okay. So what they did was they went from part 1 to part 2. Then they went from part 4. I mean part 3. I mean part 4. Part 4. I mean part 3 to part 6. So this is part 3 of the 6. So it's 6 books in this whole thing.
Right.
And I think I don't have them in alphabetical order, so we're gonna do it the way it's coming up.
Right.
But this is JLA, Rock of Ages, part 3 of 6, and this is what this one looks like. And I do have to get a cover for this. I've been trying to get a cover for this. I'm gonna have to get a cover for this and a backing for this. This is also a good book, and this is the same thing again. This is part 1 of Rock of Ages from the JLA, and as you can see, the costumes are different for Superman and Batman.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, this is JLA part 1 of Rock of Ages, and it's 1 of 6. Now,
I got a lot
the
of
last.
I got a lot of JLA also.
Okay, the last one is part 6. The last one is part 6 of JLA, and this is interesting because the two people on the top of the cover, on the front of the cover, Lex Luthor and Joker, but you see Batman, Superman, and Martian Manhunter in the background. And this is the last part of this book. This is JLA, Rock of Ages, and this is a very good read too. So I do have the whole complete series of this. I think, like I said, there's more comic books behind me and more over here. So I'm gonna let Paul take over while I look and see what else I got.
Okay. No, the first one I'm going to show is Alpha Flight, number 99.
Oh, nice.
And then we got number 101. Doctor Strange is on the cover of that one. Number 3 is number 102, and it's introducing Weapon Omega. Right there, and right there is Weapon Omega. So, number 4 is Force Works. Number 1.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And the thing is, it does have a cover that flips
Right.
out a little bit, and I enjoy Force Works. I don't care.
Yeah, that is a good. I enjoy it too, because I know I have a couple of Force Works somewhere.
And this is number 5. The fifth one I'm going to show is Force Works number 3. So, and are you ready to take over?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So I'm going to go ahead and show another one. Number
go ahead.
4.
I see it. You didn't have to do that. I like the Force Works. And also, like you were saying, Force Works is a very good comic book. If you like I like the series of Force Works. It's a very good comic book. It's a very good read. It's a light read, but it's a very good read. Now, this is the Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers Impact number 2, The End of an Era. And this one is a very good read too. And I like this because they went back to the old school kind of cover.
Right.
And I'm trying to see if you guys can see that. And they went back to the old costume, mostly old costume. Now that is a good comic book to read. Then I have the Avengers. They cost 75 cents. This one was $2.84, and this is Yellow Jacket versus Wasp. And
Fight.
yes, as you can see there, Yellow Jacket. I guess that's Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a very good book, and I like this one.
But that's a
Now,
huh? That's a female. That's a female Yellow Jacket. That's the second Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's not the husband and wife.
No. And I was about to say something, and you caught on to it. So yeah. Now, Paul, this one I think you might like because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is JLA number 1 of this series, and this is the book I was telling you about the other day. I was trying to remember.
Paradise Lost.
Yeah, and this is a very good read. Also, it's a very good book. Cool. It's a very good book, and
we all need good reads.
Huh?
We all need good reads.
Yeah. Okay, this is Crisis Time 5 number 1. This is Justice League of America, JLA number 28. And as you can see, this ain't your Justice League. I mean, it is your Justice League, but it's not your Justice League. They're all what is the name? The person that gives granted the 3 wishes, genies. These are all genies. Okay. So somebody turned the Justice League into genies.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting to have super genies floating around that can do really good bad damage to you. Now This is Justice League number 38. This is the world's greatest superheroes JLA. World War 3 of 6.
Huh.
Which is kind of cool. And this is the 6th version of this book. I mean, the 3rd version of the book. So the other ones are somewhere around here. I'll find it. But this is called World War 3. And this is a really good read also.
Cool.
Okie dokie.
Okay, my turn to guess.
Yes, it is.
So let's find out. Hey, Skinner, what's up? The first one I'm going to show is the miniseries 1 through 4. And this is U.S. Agent number 1. And the thing is, I think that's the only one I got of the U.S. Agent. And
no, I thought I saw another one too. I think you have another one.
Well, I could have. I just can't remember.
Oh, okay.
And here is a newer version from 2015, Squadron Supreme number 2. The third one I'm going to show is Spider-Woman number 15. This is from a newer in the 2015 era. And I'm still not sure if I like that Spider-Woman or not. So then we have Iron Fist, the Living Weapon, number 10. That's a newer one in the new stuff. That year 2000. I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the fifth one is one of everybody's favorite babes in Marvel. This is a from the miniseries that's 404, and this is number 4 of it, and it's Black Widow: Deadly Origin.
Oh yeah.
So that's the fifth.
Babe alert.
That's the fifth one.
Babe alert. Okay. The first one I'm going to show you is a bonus poster inside of this one, but I'm not going to pull it out. But there is a bonus poster inside of this. Who will be the next Avenger? Question mark. Now this was I think there's no number on it. It says the date I got this was May 4th. And that's what this looks like. This is the Avengers. Who will be the next Avenger? As you can see, you got a couple of Avengers, the old Avengers, and then you have a couple of X-Men in there also, and some other characters. Now, if I can find the page, bear with me. Let me see if I can find the page. Okay, this is what that page looks. Oh, calm down. So this is what the page looks like. I hope you guys can see that. This is what the page looks like.
Looks like Thriller involved.
Yeah. So what they're doing is the original 3 Avengers are trying to figure out who's going to take the rest of the places of more Avengers, or who's going to fill out that roster. This is issue number 1 of Earth's Mightiest Heroes Return. And in this one, they picked a team. And also in this one, you have the complete lineup. So in this one, they picked a team. Now I'm going to try to show you what it looks like in the inside. But this is number 1 of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I'm trying to do this good and nice. So here we go. Bear with me. So on this page, the first page, you have a lineup on here, on this side. And then you have a lineup on this side of different characters that they pick for the new Avengers. Now, this book, I think, okay, as you can see in the back, okay, it's much better to do it this way. This is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. They got a whole bunch of people in there. Now, from my understanding, I think that's when, right around the time of this group came about, and this is the Golden Ones, the Golden Rules, issue number 96, and this is the Avengers West Coast.
Okay, now the thing is, I'm going to say here, it started out as Avengers West Coast, and then halfway through it, it went to West Coast Avengers.
Yes, exactly right. And this is a very good read. And I mean, you got Spider-Woman going against the Scarlet Witch. You got heavy hitters going against heavy hitters. It's a very good comic book. The next one I'm going to show you is the third one of this series, and this is number 1 of this series, part 1, and this is part 3 of part 3 of S1X, something like that. But this is Robin, the third Robin 3.
Okay.
And on the front of it's got Robin and
Hunter.
his sister.
That's Huntress.
Yeah,
That's the second Huntress right there.
yeah. And I thought it was his sister, but it's not his sister. But
Yeah.
now I know who his sister is. But yeah, yeah. Robin has a sister. Well, the newer Robin has a sister. I put it that way.
Right. Right.
This is the Avengers. This is 319. Crossing the line. And this is my last one. So this is a very good read also.
I
And
like
like
that.
I said, yeah, this is also for sale too. So if you want to get in touch with me or Paul about, because I don't know if his comics is for sale, but I know some of mine are for sale. And I'm gonna let him take over because it's raining like cats and dogs outside.
Well, you can keep the rain. I've had enough of it. Okay. We're going to start with, Captain America and the Mighty Avengers, number 5. This is after Falcon took over the mantle of Captain America.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Then we have one of my favorite. This is Legion of Monsters. This is a miniseries one of there's 4 issues in this one, and this is number 1. Then we have Moon Knight, number 29. This is from a newer vintage of, I think it came out in 2002. And then we have Moon Knight, number 13 of the same series. I love that cover.
Oh, that's a nice cover. That's a very nice cover.
And
They don't
then,
make covers like they used to anymore.
then out of that same series, we have number 16. Okay, there's 5. It's his turn again.
Is it okay if I do 6 because I accidentally pulled up 6?
Go right ahead.
Okay. This is number 2 of Robin 3, Cry of the Huntress, part 2 of 6. And this is Robin, the third Robin. He's fighting somebody. I don't know who this character is. I'm not trying to figure it out, but this book is like I said, it's a very good read. And this is about Huntress. So this is introducing Huntress in this one. And I like this one, so I got it. So this one, and I'm about to show you now, is Robin 3, Crying of Huntress, part 6 of 6. And that's what this is, because they introduce Huntress here, and Robin's laid out. Now, the question in my mind that I still haven't read this, I'm thinking this has to be Tim Drake. I mean, not Tim Drake. Tim, or is this the other Robin? Because it's 17 different Robins. Batman has 17 different Robins, but I think it's more than 17 now. So they're a good read. The next one is the Son of the Suffered Avengers 341 and guest starring the New Warriors. And this is a special one because this is the 30th edition of that book, and here are the Avengers, and they're not the same Avengers anymore, as you can see. But you see at the bottom, there's the new Warriors at the bottom right here, going across this way. And you see the logo over here. This is the 30th anniversary. So this is pretty good. I read this once, and I might read it again. But if I do, I'm going to put some white gloves on and read it again. The next one is issue number 27 of JLA. And they're going at, now, to me, that looks like a scroll. I don't know if looks like a scroll to you guys, but that looks like a scroll.
That is a scroll. It looks like the Super Scroll.
Yeah, and you notice everybody's laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Super Scrolls were in.
Well, there was only one Super Scroll, and he had all the powers of all the Avengers.
Yeah, but now he just beat them. Now he beat up all the Justice League. Okay, moving on. Number 22 of JLA. Piece of dream. Something dreams on this one. This is a good book to read, and you can see most of the Justice League is in a what's the name, and somebody's looking on. I still haven't read this book, so I can't tell you who this character is, but this is a good character. The last one is JLA number 20, also a good read. And you can see what planet they're on because they're all in chains. If you know who this character is, you know what planet they're on. Mm-hmm. They're all in chains. And this also is a good read. Yeah. And I think... Go ahead.
I was going to say that's Adam Strange.
Right.
But I can't remember where he is.
He's on it. Yeah.
I know he's on it.
Yeah, but I think he was on. Okay, memory serves me right. The Young Justice Season 2, Episode 3. No, yeah. Young Justice Season 2, Episode 3, or it might be Young Justice Season 4, Episode 2. But they did the animated series. They did the Adam Strange, and no, it was Young Justice Season 2, Episode 4. They did the Young Justice. The Justice League disappeared for 16 hours.
Okay.
And in the comic book and in the animated show, if you have to check it, I'm not trying to give you spoilers, but the Justice League disappeared and told everybody in the whole entire galaxy that they were such and such from a certain planet, and this is what they're going to do. Now, you have to go and look at Justice League, Young Justice, Season 2, Episode 1 to figure out what's going on. Right. But in that same comic book thing, in the comic book and the cartoon, Adam Strange is in that comic, and I forgot what planet he's on.
Right.
Well, once again, that's a very good show and a very good comic book. Right. If you haven't checked out Young Justice, check it out. Go check out Justice League Unlimited. Go check out JLA. Go check out the original Justice League, Green Lantern, Flash from the 70s and the 80s and the 60s. Check those out. Then you can catch up on everything else. Back to Paul.
Okay, now I'm going to do my last five that I'm going to do tonight.
Okay.
And if he wants to go with another 5 after this, that's fine. And then we'll close out.
With another 5.
And this here is Moon Knight number 11. Oh, I can't do that without turning on the camera. Moon Knight
Yeah, it helps.
11. This here is a 20 center cover price. This is number 1 of Savage the Man of Bronze. And then this is Fantastic Four, number 392. And that's where I believe Doctor Doom showed himself. Well, I don't know if that Doctor. Yeah, I think I did Doctor Doom. Then we got 288. And this guy right here is the Beyonder. This is I think that's the second scene of the Beyonder. I think there was one more before that.
Of the Beyonder?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is one more before that one.
And then there's 364 of Fantastic Four.
That is cool.
So that's all I have for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you give me a minute, I will.
Okay.
I put those. No, I was going to put those upside down. So here's
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these are my last 5. And the reason I like this book that I'm about to show you is because it's, well, it'll explain itself, but this is number 92. And I like this one because it's called Hate Crime. And this is Green Lantern and the Green Arrow together. I think this is the second book from the book of, I think it was 75 or 76. I think 76 or 75. One of those two is my favorite one. I think it was 76. But this is the second part of that book. The next one I'm about to show you is another one that it's called The Killing First Issue, number 4 of Forcewood. And I think Paul showed you this book before. I'm not sure if he did or not.
Yeah, I didn't.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. And this one is also sealed and everything. So, and I think in this one, Paul, I'm not sure, but I feel it right here. There's a book of cards sitting right here somewhere, or something sticking up.
No, actually, that's just a pullout.
Oh, okay. So, like I said, I never opened it, so I don't know what it was.
Right.
And I think that's a very good read too. If I ever decide to get another copy of that book that I just showed you, yeah, I will be putting that book on sale. This is kind of cool. This has never been opened, as you can see. The black cover, black. It's all never been opened, and I think this is kind of cool. I hope you guys can see that.
Never seen that one.
Yeah, this is kind of cool, and this is also for sale. Now the next one is the Avengers Log, number 1, and this is like this hasn't been sealed because the tape has been taken off, but this has never came out of plastic, still in good condition, still in mint condition, and that's what this one looks like.
Cool.
And like I said, I haven't opened it, so I don't know what's in there. Now, I think this is the one I was talking about. I'm going to do my research, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do my research. This is Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Uh, and it's the next generation. Number 76.
Mm.
And I think this is the one where Green Arrow or Green Lantern Green Arrow was telling Green Lantern, you save everybody else. You save the orange people. You save the pink people. You save everybody else. Why don't you save the brown people? And this is a very controversial book right here, but I don't know if it's this one or number 75, which I have 75 and 76.
I was
And
thinking that they put that right on the cover.
well, I know it's in the front. I know it's in the beginning of the book. Let me see if I can find the beginning. Bear with me for a minute, folks. Yeah, I think it's at the beginning of the book. I think it's like 2 pages in, 2 to 3 pages in. Uh, yeah, it's at the beginning of the book. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is the beginning of, yeah, it's in the beginning of the book. I'm not trying to go too deep into the book, but yeah, this is the one.
Okay.
So this is the one that got a lot of flack. But I think I got 2 parts of this because the one I have that's like this one is all in plastic. So this is another issue I got. I have one that I wanted to read, and I also have one that's all in plastic, never opened. And that's it. And I'm gonna let the host take over and see what he wants to call it a night and keep it going.
Okay. I am going to say that I thank everybody for being here and chatting.
That's the best. You rock. You're the best.
But the thing is, I didn't get through as many as I wanted to, and neither did he. But there's always a tomorrow. And I am just not feeling well. If anybody knows, I've been laid up in bed for a few days, and I'm just not feeling well. And
Please give prayers to Paul.
so I'll say you guys are awesome for sticking around and watching this for an hour and 27 minutes.
And the way I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was talking to Paul before, and to honor a great man, when we signed off of doing this with the comic books, we're going to say Excelsior.
So that's what it said, Excelsior.
See ya.